let's look at our homework on the back here. Did this give you any trouble last night? They should, because those are the easy ones on the paper. Let's look at our homework. Number 13. Check your work. Number 13, it says the limit as x approaches negative 3 of 3x plus 2. How would I know if I was dealing one-sided? It would have a symbol over here, wouldn't it? We aren't dealing one-sided, okay? We're just dealing with the overall limit. What's the first plan of attack you take? You do what? Direct what? And you plug it in. If you plug it in and don't get a 0 in the denominator, are you good? Yes, I take negative 3, I plug it in. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9, plus 2 is negative 7. Is that okay? So that's my answer, is negative 7. Number 14, at first it kind of tricked me. I said, oh, I got to do something here. But that's a negative 1. Negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. Am I okay with that? Yes. Negative 1 cubed is negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. So negative 2 divided by negative 2 is a positive 1. Number 15, I plug in negative 1. Ding, ding, ding. What occurs on bottom there? A 0. So I got to say, okay, think of my other strategies. I got rationalizing, the numerator or the denominator. Factoring or find a common denominator. The only thing that stands out to me is factoring here. So I'm going to go to the side and factor this polynomial, this quadratic. I factor it using busting up. Take those two, put it back in the formula. I can cross out the x plus 1. Now try direct substitution again. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 minus 3 gives me negative 5. I'm good with that. Are there any questions on 13, 14, or 15? Number 17. Yes, x can approach trig values. As x approaches pi, I take pi and I plug it in. Tan of pi. You should know that in 2 seconds. What's tan of pi? 0. That's your answer. That is your answer. I didn't run into 0 in the denominator, so I'm good. Number 18. The limit as x approaches 7 of secant pi x over 6. X approaches 7, I take 7, I plug it in. That's 7 pi over 6. Well, the cosine of 7 pi over 6 is negative square root of 3 over 2. Negative square root of 3 over 2. Secant, you flip it. I came to the side and flipped it, and arrived at my answer, negative 2 square root of 3 over 3. Take a moment to look at that. Are we good on homework?
Did we not do number 16?
I should omit that one. We weren't ready for that one yet. Alright guys, I want you to turn back to page 3 and we're going to do 2 more examples, and then the rest of the day you're just going to work in groups and work on some problems in practice, okay? So I got 2 examples, and then you're going to work in groups on your assignment. And if you need me, you can come up here at the table and I can help you if you don't understand something, okay? But right now, we're about to do number 10 and 11. Number 10 and 11. Oh, did we? Well, let's start from the beginning because I think I ran out of time. Let's start from the beginning on number 10. Number 10, we have the limit as x approaches 3 of 1 over x minus 1 over 3 all over x minus 3. So that's 1 over 3. That's a 1 over 3. I tried direct substitution first. And I get 3 minus 3 in the denominator, so red flag comes up, got to do something else. Can I do any rationalizing here? No, why? Because there's not a what in there. A radical, so that's right. Can I factor anything? No, so I draw my attention to that numerator. We got fractions, so I'm going to come to the side and find a common denominator. 1 over x minus 1 over 3. Matthew, what would be my common denominator here? You got x and a 3. So what would be common denominator? You got this. I believe in you. X and a 3. Can you make x become 3? Yeah. What's the name of your math then? You just created new math. You can't make x become 3 and 3 becomes, so you settle for both of them, so your common denominator is what? 3x. You understand that now? 3x. You just almost had my kidney shut down just then. You just almost had part of my body shut down, some major organ. 3x. 3x. X and a 3 would be 3x. Do we all understand that? Alright, now, what did I multiply x by to get 3x? I had 2 people out of my smartest.
3.
Thank you. So I'm going to multiply the numerator by 3. What did I multiply this denominator by? What am I multiplying the numerator by? X. Does everybody understand? Matthew, you seriously know how to find that common denominator? You good? You understand why it's 3x? So it's going to be 3 minus x over 3x. That's what that equals. So now I go back to my problem. The limit as x approaches 3 of 3 minus x over 3x divided by x minus 3. That looks like a hot mess right there. That just looks complicated. So what I'm going to come to under here and do, I'm going to write what it literally means so you can see, okay? So I'm going to write 3 minus x over 3x divided by x minus 3. That's what that means, so you can see it. Leave the first one alone. Change that division to what? And flip it. Now, we talked about yesterday why we could possibly cancel that out. The only time you can cancel something out like that if both terms are complete opposite of the other. Like that's positive x, that's a negative x. That's a negative 3, that's a positive 3. Do you understand that? But if I do cancel that out, what I got to put here? A negative 1. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1 over 3x. Do you understand that? Now, let's try direct substitution. Plug 3 in. 3 times 3 is what? So it's negative 1/9 is your answer. Negative 1/9 is your answer. Yes. Because they're not exactly the same, they're complete opposite. Remember, in math, opposite means a negative sign, so you got to count for they being opposite. Alright. Number 11. The limit as x goes to 0. If you were absent yesterday, please go back and watch that video. You missed the whys and all that of what we did yesterday. Number 11, the limit as x approaches 0. I want to know what value that's approaching. Well, first of all, I'm going to try direct substitution. I plug 0 in the denominator I have what? So can I use that right now? No. What I need to do is pick another toolkit strategy. What's the strategy that you can just call in your name right now? What would it do? Rationalizing. Because of what, Taylor? What's in that, buddy?
There's a radical.
Very good. There's a radical. Alright, so I'm going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 4 plus x. Would it be minus 2 or plus 2? Plus 2. Square root of 4 plus x plus 2. Now watch this. This math, it's not hard, but you can easily make a mistake. So watch how I multiply this. This times this would do what with the square roots? Cancel them out. So I'm got 4 plus x. This times this, stop running. Then I'm going to say negative 2 times this is negative 2 square root of 4 plus x. This times this, cancel that out. This times this is a positive 2. This times this is a negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. What happens to these terms right here? Okay. Now I'm going to distribute this x to everything. This times this.
Did you cancel out the 4s in the
Oh, yes. Thank you, buddy. 4 and negative 4. I didn't see that. Thank you, Shay. 4 and negative 4 goes away, so I'm left with x on top. Now, I'm gonna think ahead for a moment. I'm going to plug 0 in this denominator, see if I still get 0. If I still get 0, I got to do something else, okay? So let's look here. 4 plus 0 is what? 4 plus 0 is? Oh, dang, that's some special math awards. 4 plus 0 is 4. Square root of 4 is? 2 times 0 is?
0.
2 times 0 is?
0.
0 plus 0 is?
0.
I still got 0. So I got to think of something else. Sometimes you might have to move stuff around so you can factor, but since there's only these two things down here, I can factor out of what they both have in common. That x there and that x there. So I'm going to take an x out. GCF, take an x out. That leaves 4 plus x, square root of 4 plus x plus 2. These go away. What's left on top? 1. Alright? Now let's try it again. Plug 0 in. What's 4 plus 0? 4 plus... Oh, Shay, you about to get a special math award. 4 plus 0 is?
4.
4. Square root of 4 is?
2.
2 plus 2 is?
4.
1/4. That means as the limit goes to 0, this function is approaching what value? 1/4. 1/4. This is good.
Yeah, I got lost.
Oh, did you find it all there? Okay, good. Alright. So that equals 1/4. So do you understand the significance of that answer right there? Now, work in your group. Now, if you don't want to work by and you just got it, then go ahead. But if you need help, you can ask your group members or you can come up here and ask me. You got me? You're to do page 10, numbers 13 through 18. Now, do not be staring at space. Do not let me see you on a phone. There's my phone.
Those are from class.
19 through 27. There you go, sorry. 19 through 27. 19 through 27. Now. Yes.
Back up to the period.
And do what? Yes, perfect. Fifth period, ooh. I got to be at a meeting at 1 o'clock at Thompson Intermediate, and I'm not coming back today.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Thursday. I told you about what day. They're only be talking about math. Let's go.